Let's plan your 2022 morning routine so that you can have a successful year. Hey friends, Jill here and welcome back to the Market Vibe. Thank you so much for stopping on our channel. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications on our future videos. We are still into the first month of the new year and I hope you haven't lost your mojo or lost any steam on your goals, because you still can keep going, you still got this, or if you haven't picked up anything yet, whatever, pick it up now. Who cares? Nobody's judging you, and I promise nobody even cares. Today, I'm gonna talk to you guys about a morning routine and how you can plan one effectively that really helps you with your self-care, sets you up to have a successful day, and is just overall so life-giving in the morning, especially if you're not a morning person like me. So let's dive in. First of all, we'll talk about what a morning routine is, and I feel like morning routines have been really on the rise in popularity in the last few years, with personal growth and personal development being such a huge trend. But a morning routine is just some sort of ritual that you do in the morning. It's something that's personalized to you, something that helps you start your day where you're feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. And it's just a great time to get into a good headspace before you get into the madness of the morning or your day. So if you have kids, or if you have a job or a commute or your own business, a morning routine is so helpful just to spend some personalized time with yourself and set yourself up before you get into the busyness of the day. So why is a morning routine important? Number one, it really helps you prioritize yourself. And I have definitely struggled with morning routines over the years. I am not necessarily a morning person. I've always tried, but I'm just not. I'm a night owl and I do not like mornings very much. But a morning routine definitely helps me in the morning wake up, spend some time with myself, and I don't pull out my phone so fast, and so it's helping me eliminate screen time and just have that quiet time with myself in the morning so that I can actually wake up and feel ready for the day. And it's gonna do the same thing for you. It helps you kind of wake up, be in a peaceful state, show up as your best for the people in your life or just even for yourself. And it's just so life-giving after you've been sleeping to do something that's really restful or life-giving or just, feeds your soul before hopping into the busyness of the morning or turning on your phone. It just sets you up for the best day possible. I know for me, for the longest time, I would reach for my phone, I'd look through all my emails, look through my messages, look through my DMs, clear out everything, and then I was wondering why I was feeling stressed out the minute that I woke up. But once I switched to not allowing myself to do that and actually focusing on just bettering my mental health and my mental state, I would have a more successful day or a higher chance of having a more happier or positive mindset throughout the day. And this is really important in business too, especially if you own your own business. It is so easy to get into the habit of just sleeping and then waking up and then going right to your phone and starting work right away. And I think it's a lesson that every business owner has to learn, that you actually, now that you have your own business, you do have time for yourself. You do have time to prioritize yourself and work on your own mental health before diving into work or diving into business. Don't worry, your business is great. It's there waiting for you. The work is waiting for you. What's more important is focusing some time on yourself before you jump in. That way you can be performing at your best. And I don't mean going on social media and scrolling, even though that can feel like an escape. I don't think it's necessarily you focusing on yourself. It's just more you focusing on moving pictures, and just that screen time right in the morning, especially if you're not a morning person like me, is really hard. I'm just like, I need to wake up, I need my coffee or my tea, and I need some quiet time before I dive into that. It's just so much better for your overall mental health. And it's just a great way to honor yourself and to just spend some time with yourself, honor your body and your mental health, and really get back to yourself. Now, we're not gonna go into a shame spiral, because let me tell you, all of us have had bad morning routines before. We're never taught really to have a morning routine in the process. While we're growing up, we're just taught to get out the door and get the day started. So if you don't have a morning routine in place, or if you're doing things that you're probably probably like, I shouldn't be doing that in the morning. It's all good, no shame spiraling here. It's just time to implement some healthier habits for you, for your mental health that makes sense for you. So what I would do is I would take a look at what your typical morning routine looks like. What are you doing in the morning? What is the first thing that you do when you wake up? Are any of these habits, do you think, causing you stress, causing you time away from just being with yourself? One thing that was really eye-opening for me is I would never finish my tea ever, and I would never drink it hot. I would immediately dive into something else. And it's funny because I'm having this realization right now because I still freaking do this and it's still something I have to work on, so I'm not perfect either. But I would dive right into work and then I would never finish my tea. It would never be hot. So look at things in your morning routine now and ask yourself, do you want to be doing that? Would you rather be doing something else? And what could you replace instead of maybe scrolling on social media or diving right into your emails? Is there something else that you could be doing that would be a little bit more peaceful or set you up for the right mindset in the morning? Next, I would make a list of all the things that you would like to be doing in the morning and prioritize them. Give them a number. So for you, if it's you really want to exercise in the morning, you would give that a number one priority. This really helps you figure out where you're going to time block those specific activities or things in the morning and really figure out where you can fit them in, where it makes the most sense. So if it's exercising is number one, that's the first thing that you do is you're gonna get your clothes ready the night before, you're gonna get up and have a glass of water, and then you're gonna get dressed and go to the gym or you're gonna go on a walk. But you really form your morning routine around those things that are the most important to you, and then you're gonna do those things first. When you're setting up your routine as well, you do definitely wanna figure out about how much time you're doing per activity. And now this is different for everyone. It just depends on exactly what you want to be doing and how much time you have in the morning and when you're getting up and how much time you have before you have to start working or before you have to leave for work. A lot of people really only have 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. So you just have to be really honest with yourself about making sure that you're giving that time to yourself. You're doing something for you. And if you want to do more things in the morning, start with getting up a little bit earlier and seeing if you can fit that in. But the way to be successful with implementing a morning routine is implementing one thing at a time. I know it's the new year, we want to put everything on our list, we want to do all the things, right? But if we do that, a lot of times we don't have the habits there, so we're going to crash and burn. So the first thing that I would do is once you figure out that one thing that you want to do, how much time you have in the morning, if you need to get up a little bit earlier, adjust your schedule, figure that out and start doing that one thing for 30 days or for 15 days just to get it set. And once you feel like you've got a really good routine, then you can add something else. And so maybe you get up 10 minutes earlier so that you can do a little bit of reading before you go off to the gym or whatever the things are. This is just examples, but figuring out the one thing that you want to start with, get that one thing solidified, get a good routine in, and then you can add another thing in the morning that makes the most sense for you. But this way, this gives you a chance to be more successful and to not overwhelm yourself, because if you're going from doing nothing in the morning and you're saying that you want to work out, you want to make breakfast, you want to read your devotional, you want to read this other book, you want to do these stretches and do all of these things, I mean, go you, like more power to you, but I would just implement them one at a time and get really good in the routine of one at a time before you implement any more. It really just comes back to figuring out what are the things that you want to be doing in the morning, what are you doing right now that probably you could replace, and if you had an ideal morning with no time constraints, what would that look like? What would you be doing? And now that you know that, figure out how you can incorporate that into your morning. And does that require you getting up a little bit early or going to bed a little bit earlier? Or maybe you only do 2 of those things. But I promise you it's going to be so much better for your mental health. And it just gives you a chance to set your day up for success. Not only just physically, but also mentally. Now that you've kind of figured out like what it takes to create a morning routine, I'm gonna give you just a little snapshot into what my morning routine looks like. So first, when I wake up, I have a routine where I wear a mouth guard at night, like whatever, we're being real in 2022. So the first thing I do is I wash them and then I brush my teeth. Next, because Michael is the sweetest husband ever, he makes me tea and I give him my phone because I'm not allowed to have my phone for at least a half an hour before I start working. So after Michael gives me my tea and I give him my phone, I usually go into our living room on the couch and I journal. And I started journaling I've been journaling since I was like 5, like I've been journaling forever. But I started doing more gratitude practice about 5 years ago, 2017, yeah, wow, 5 years ago. And it's really changed just my perspective on life and the things that we have and just being grateful for things in the moment while planning for big things in the future. And my journal right now is the gratitude journal from Plan Chicly. She is a client of mine, so I do have to disclose that, but it's an incredible journal because it is just a great way to start your day. When you're starting the day for what you're thankful for or what you're grateful for, it just puts you in a more positive place. Plus, gratitude has been scientifically proven to improve your health, and not just your mental health, but also your physical health and your well-being. And it's just a great way to start the day. And I love how it's laid out. It's just laid out so beautifully for you to reflect and to just put yourself in a really positive headspace before you get the day started. After I do my gratitude, I pull out my Plan Chicly planner, and this is the new 2022 planner that I'm absolutely in love with and obsessed with, because what they have done is really created a great place for you to really plan your day the most effectively, while also focusing on your goals and your habits and what you're working toward. And the new thing that's in there is a habit tracker, and I absolutely love this because it's just so fun to fill out. It gets you excited about implementing new habits, and it just sees where you're falling off, so it really helps you. But I love planning my day with this planner because it just helps me get everything ready for the day. I know exactly what I need to be doing, and then when I actually dive into work, I'm very focused and I know exactly what I'm doing. And that's my typical morning. I personally do exercise in the afternoon, but that's just our lifestyle. That's what works for me. But I know a lot of people love to exercise in the morning, whether that be yoga and some stretching or going for a walk or going to the gym. A lot of people like to meditate in the morning. That's actually on my list for this year. Now that I've gotten down planning and journaling in the morning, meditation is on my list to add to my morning routine. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope this inspired you that it is okay to be focusing on yourself and taking time for yourself in the morning. And you should be, just because you're the one who has to spend your life with you. Like, you are the one living your life. So live it the way that you want to, and take that little bit of time in the morning, whether it's 15 minutes or a half an hour or even just 5 minutes. Take that time in the morning to spend it on yourself, because I promise you, you're gonna have more good days and be more prepared when the bad days happen, because you're already in that positive mindset. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or you can always DM us on Instagram at Michael and Jill or The Market Vibe. And until next time, bye friends.